Hello, and thank you for watching this video on partnering with the Larkspur-Corte Madera School District focused on behavior expectations. My name is Harrison Blatt, and I'm the assistant principal serving all three of our school sites.
And I'm Michelle Walker, principal at the Cove School.
When we think about student behaviors and what children need in order to behave appropriately at school, we think about the hierarchy of children's needs. Staff attend to all of our students' needs, starting with the most important ones on the bottom of this pyramid and making sure that kids have everything that they need in order to be successful at all levels of this pyramid.
It's important for you to know that all of our work with students around behavior and choices is grounded in a philosophy where we aim to prevent, we teach them what's expected, and then we reinforce positive behaviors. Now, there are, of course, times when kids need consequences, and those are necessary to repair the harm and to enable us to keep the schools safe. But we are aiming to prevent, to teach, and to reinforce what we expect. You may have seen these signs around the schools. We have a unique set of rules at each school that is meant to be clear visuals of our expectations at that school. We teach and review these expectations with students often, and we ask that you as parents familiarize yourself with them and review them with your children.
We teach students that for every behavior, there is a consequence. Positive behaviors lead to positive consequences, and negative behaviors lead to negative consequences. Our consequences for negative behaviors are meant to be fair and related to that behavior, to teach students so that they can learn from their mistakes and not repeat them, and to repair any harmful effects from their actions. We also are sure to take age-appropriate consequences that usually increase for repeat offenses. At LCMSD, we have a discipline matrix for elementary school and for middle school. These matrices allow staff to have a resource to use to assign consequences based on a student's behavior. These matrices are not comprehensive and do not address every possible behavior that a student might engage in at school. And every situation is unique. These matrices are guidelines and allow for staff to respond in a way that is fair and appropriate.
In order for all this to work, we need to partner with parents. We see parents and staff as a true partnership. So what can a parent expect if something happens? We aim to proactively inform parents about incidents and next steps via phone or email. Sometimes both parties agree that an incident's resolved and they don't need specific contact with parents. We're happy to provide information to parents if you have questions or concerns from your child's account. What if your child's a victim? Well, first and foremost, we do everything we can to ensure that they're okay and determine if anyone's hurt. If your child has been impacted physically or emotionally, we're going to provide support to your child and make sure that they're okay. Often, that's enough. Often, they feel better, they're ready to move on. But sometimes parents are informed because an incident is more severe or ongoing. How can you respond after you receive a phone call or email? We ask that you make space for your child to make a mistake, that they are able to learn from that mistake and feel safe and supported from all the adults. Consequences are teachers. So the ideal is that we work as a team, that you listen with an open mind, that you ask clarifying questions, and that you partner with us as a district in problem solving. You may sometimes get a different account from your child at home. If that happens, we welcome your perspective and we understand that experiences can vary. So sharing what you know helps us do our job better. Thank you.
You'll typically hear from your child's teacher or a school administrator by phone or by email, depending on the nature or urgency of the situation. Due to strict privacy laws, we cannot share specific disciplinary actions related to other students. We can, however, assure you that appropriate steps are taken in alignment with district policies and answer your questions, being sure that we are adhering to the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act. We do not use other students' names when communicating with families in order to protect the confidentiality of all students, because naming other children would violate their privacy rights. We consider whole school or whole class communication when an incident affects a broader group of students or the whole school climate. These decisions are not taken lightly and are based on the scope, impact, and need for community reassurance or education. We are focused on repairing harm when it is caused by a student. We use restorative practices, provide counseling support, and engage family to ensure that everyone feels heard, respected, and safe. Collaboration between the home and the school is key. We firmly believe that creating an inclusive school culture where everyone feels like they belong and like they are included is the most important thing that we can do to support students in behaving appropriately and staying safe on campus. We hold monthly We Are One lessons to provide a safe space for students to learn about diversity, equity, and inclusion and to engage in discourse. We have a zero tolerance policy regarding hate speech and discrimination. Consequences for these behaviors are age and incident appropriate and always include opportunities for students to learn. We understand that harassment and bullying may be concerns that arise for you or your child. We take these incidents very seriously and follow all California law and education code when we investigate and address instances of harassment or bullying.
Of course, there are times when it's really important to report concerns. First, we ask that you assess the importance of letting an adult know. Can you coach your child on this at home and see if they're able to work through it? Because many things happen in the course of a school day and in the course of growing up. However, if it's determined that you need adult support, we ask that you reach out to your teacher first, and then the counselor at the middle school. And then if that doesn't resolve it, you would proceed to the counselor or administration. There is an anonymous tip line, and if it's a sensitive issue that you wish to report anonymously, we encourage that. Please remember, however, that if it's reported anonymously, we can't ask any follow-up questions or get any information from you, so we encourage you to share with us directly whenever you can. Of course, the goal of all of this is for all of our students to feel safe, connected, and supported. We have the same goal as parents. And our data is showing that that's going pretty well. We see that 94% of students feel part of their classroom community. Many have positive relationships with other students, and many report feeling emotionally safe and physically safe. This is in our LCAP survey data from the spring of 2025. So a lot is going well. I hope that this video clarifies how we work to keep our schools safe and approach discipline in a fair way to all. We look forward to partnering with you. Thank you.